the reason why I left was because number one, financial reasons, and also I got depressed too. And I never knew you had got depressed, you know?
Yeah,
right after I left.
Talk about it.
But it's interesting, like, because if you think about like people in the world, like so many people are so sad and depressed right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's because a lot of people don't think for themselves and they don't follow their purpose or their calling, you know? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Manifest Wallace, and you're watching More Than a Dreamer. And today I have my good friend Neither. He came straight from Maryland, and he's been out in LA just killing it, man, killing it. So how's it going, Neither?
All is well, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a hot day, you know. Got the virus out here, but we're surviving.
It's a very hot day, and coronavirus is in full effect.
Yes. So for the audience out there, tell us like a little about like who you are and what you do.
So my name is Neither. I am a singer, songwriter, producer from Prince George's County, Maryland, or the DMV area. For people that are not too familiar. But yeah, man, I moved out here about a year ago from Atlanta after finishing up school down at Morehouse College.
Morehouse, man, right here.
For those who don't know, this is where me and Wallace actually met. So.
Yeah, I'm not officially a Morehouse man because I didn't graduate there, but
hey, it's all good.
I don't know what you would call
there
that.
were seeds that were planted, and because of those seeds, we are here.
Yes.
So, but yeah, man, I moved out to LA about a year ago, and I've just been having fun with art. We have a pretty cool like content company, digital content company out here. So
Hyyer Agency.
Hyyer Creative Agency.
Hyyer Creative Agency.
Yeah, but we're doing a little bit of everything from videography to photography to graphic design, campaign building, and everything. So we get to have a ton of fun with that. And with brands like Hennessy, Cavassier, True Religion, people like Lil Nas X and Cardi B. And then also on the music side, I get a chance to be a full-time artist and creative and writer and producer on that. Creating my own music, yes, but also selling compositions, whether that be to different labels or artists, or even licensing music to TV and film. So,
that's dope. Y'all hear all that? Like this man's doing a lot. So we see where you're at right now, but where did it all start? Like what was growing up for you like?
Man, growing up, let's take it back. So I was born in the DMV, in a city called Fairfax, Virginia.
Okay.
But even then, man, like growing up in the DMV, I guess the neighborhoods I was in was a bit rough. But I had a hell of a support system even then, from my educators to people like Miss Cross, who's been a huge force on my grandmother, who was a classical pianist, who instilled her musical influences and stuff like that into me, to my mom, who kind of gave us the freedom to explore, art, whether that was me, being in plays or me playing the violin, things like that. So I think that was kind of like the foundation, just with music, dance, and performance. You take that to, my teen years, where I'm, really kind of immersed into a couple of different art forms, whether that's tap dance or acting. And when I finally get down to Atlanta, some of the things I was doing more in private or in secret, like producing music back home, Atlanta kind of gave me like firm footing within the industry.
Yeah.
And I was able to kind of mingle around and for like work with some of my musical heroes, down there, but not just working, learning business, learning how to navigate throughout different industries within entertainment. So I was kind of starting, I guess, kind of tracking up to.
That's dope. Yeah. So like going back again, right?
Go ahead.
So you have all these talents, and you said you start when you were young, but when did you figure out like what you wanted to do? Like when did you actually find the passion for music and acting and all that stuff?
I think the passion is always there. The passion was always there, but throughout our childhood and throughout our teen years, right? We're still developing. We're still kind of getting a grasp on like who we are, right? So and no shade to my parents at all, but you know, my parents had big dreams and big hopes, as all my parents do for us.
Yeah.
And a lot of my time was spent, you know, within art and doing art in different forms. But my agenda was to go to college on an engineering scholarship and to become an engineer. And um, you know, you have the spark is always there, but it takes some time for you to actually get the courage to say, "Hey, this is my dream. This is my calling. This is what I'm destined to do,"
Yeah.
and actually like start putting some things into motion for it.
Was
So,
there like a moment where you had to make that decision? Like
Definitely.
something that you went through was like, it's either this
Definitely.
or, you know?
2014, we're at Morehouse. Actually, I think you're still there during this time for a moment. End of 2013, going into 14, I think you had left.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
So I just left.
Just left, right? So I coined that for me the black semester. And during the black semester, I really had to make start to make decisions on like what I was going to do. I was in an engineering degree, and not to say that it was like totally a bad thing, because I had a passion for it, yeah. But when you are dealing with depression, when you can barely get up out of bed because you're not doing like as great on tests, and none of us were doing great on tests in physics. Shoot, the highest score
Yeah.
in the class would be like a 32, but when your scholarship is in the balance because of, you know, a test and you don't know if a curve is coming,
Yeah.
you know, it can send you spiraling if this is all you're hoping on, all you're banking on, and you want to make good on the promises that you made to your parents and see this thing through. So 2014 was the black semester for me, where things just kind of took a turn for the worse. Um, I sought out help. I started seeing a therapist. I started going to counseling, and from that point, it was kind of like, all right, let's start doing things or making decisions for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start like actually figuring out what you want to do, and even establishing the reasons why you're doing it. I wake up every morning during that time, and I have to send my emails to my scholarship coordinators, right, at UNCF. I gotta track down people to submit new scholarships.
Yeah.
I gotta be in the financial aid office. I gotta go to different offices on campus. I gotta talk to my professors. Well, who's doing all of that work? I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. If I'm doing all the work and I ultimately got to live with these decisions, I may be the greatest physicist. I may be the greatest civil engineer in the future, possibly. But nah, if I can put that amount of work into that, then I can put the same amount of work into my own thing.
It takes the same amount of time.
It takes the same amount of time, and the time is going to pass anyway.
Yeah.
So,
And there's no guarantee you can even get a solid job and the other stuff, you know?
no guarantee, no. But I don't think anything in life it's like 100% guaranteed. You know,
Yeah.
we are largely taking risk and chances, and a lot of times acting out of fear.
Yeah.
If I don't get this job, then I'm not going to be able to eat. I'm not going to be able to take care of my housing. I'm going to be homeless. Okay? If I don't do what my parents say, they're going to withdraw their support from me. I'm going to be homeless.
Yeah.
If I don't get this scholarship, then I can't go to school. I'm not going to have housing. I'm going to be either homeless in Atlanta or I got to go back to the DMV. So when you kind of stop, nothing is guaranteed, but when you kind of stop living under the constraints of fear, for me, it's kind of had an effect to where it's like, okay, cool. The possibilities are endless.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if I can put that same amount of work into this engineering degree, there's no reason why I can't put that same amount of work into my calling and my craft.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that, because the reason why I left was because, number one, financial reasons, and also I got depressed too. And I never knew you had got depressed, you know?
Yeah,
right after I left.
talk about it.
But it's interesting, like, because if you think about like people in the world, like so many people are so sad and depressed right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's because a lot of people don't think for themselves, and they don't follow their purpose or their calling, you know? Because like, let's say you did work the engineering job, right? You're getting paid well, but in the back of your head, you're always thinking about what could have been, you know? You'd be even more depressed after that, you know?
Yeah, you're right. Like thinking about the possibilities of what could have been if you would have gone with your gut. I didn't want to be that 40, 50 year old. It's like, yeah, I was in the music industry and I, had a chance to do such and such. Like, no, if we're gonna do it, let's go balls to the wall right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna put the same amount of time, energy, and patience I put into my degree, but I'm gonna do it for myself. I'm gonna do it for myself,
Yeah.
and that's been, that's been working out. I guess.
No, that's powerful stuff because so many people are afraid to believe in themselves, you
Right.
know? And I want to ask you, like, because, like, I know for me, like, I feel like when I'm, like, aligned with, like, God, you know,
Right.
I'm, like, when I'm aligned with Him, my life starts, like, it's going better, you know?
It's going good.
But
Man.
when I, like, start to detour, that's when my life starts to fall apart. So, like, did that have any impact on, like, your decision making?
Yes. So my spiritual alignment with God, with I don't know your beliefs, whoever's watching this, but my spiritual alignment with God, the higher power, the Creator, um, had was coming, I guess, in waves during that time, right? So getting to college, we are exposed to so much,
Yeah.
new things, whatever. So trying to find that balance between like keeping my faith, um, going to church, just being around people that are like within faith, and then like doing my own thing was really kind of like coming in waves. What you see in those periods, like when I'm like locked in and focused, and my prayer life is good, when I'm in like constant communication, when I'm tapping into the source, like things, it's not perfect, nah, but you catch a rhythm.
Yeah.
You really catch a rhythm. And I look at the times like, at the start of the black semester, that whole winter, um, I was out of alignment. Was going through some personal things with myself and doing some like figuring out for myself just in life. And a lot of it was not incorporating or focusing in on God.
Yeah.
Um, but February 9th, I can say that.
He knows the exact
I know the
date.
exact date.
So this
Right.
date must be mean something special to
Yeah,
him.
February 7th, February 8th were like some of the saddest days of my life. But February 9th started like a month-long fast of like just like getting my mind back together. Um, and I remember just listening to doggone Ty Tribbett's album, the Greater Than album, for like a month straight. Like just really taking time to get myself back in alignment.
Yeah.
And the rhythm got back.
If you don't mind me asking, what were you fasting from?
Secular music one. There was some like nutritional things, depending on the week. Wow, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Masturbation.
I asked you that because literally, I just did that last week.
Fast master.
Yes, because I said, let me take control. If I can control this,
Yeah.
and right away I got way more productive.
Right.
It's like, because I'm in a long distance relationship, so it's hard. I got to do a lot of that, you know? But it's like, my life was just like, I was just like lazy. I was like, okay, I'm fumbling, And then I was like, okay, I hadn't been to church in a while, right? I went to church, and the message was on dreams,
Right. Spark.
And then what is this called? More Than a Dreamer.
Right.
I was like,
It's time to get back.
it's time to get back. So then I said, you know what? I'm going to cut that out, focused up, stop listening to rap so much,
Yeah.
So I listened to gospel again, and you just feel
It's
better.
crazy. It's just a shift in. It's a total shift in energy. Yeah, what we take in on a daily, like sonically, musically, has a lot of bearing, I think, on just how we're navigating through life. Music is all waves, right?
Yeah, waves.
Sounds, vibrations. It's not something that you can touch. It's not anything tangible, but it is something that is feeding and controlling and does have some dominion or power over our spirit.
Yeah, it's really
And
it.
how we
It's a
vibrate.
form of mind control, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and don't get me wrong, like I love hip hop,
Same.
But sometimes it's like, kill, pop a pill,
What do you expect for the youth to do? what do you expect for like the result? If that's all you're feeding your soul, what do you expect? How do you expect for you or other people to be conditioned?
Yeah, like after, like first, like when X died, that was one thing, and then after like Juice
We
WRLD died,
we talked about
Mac
that
Miller
too.
died. It's like, what are we
Yeah.
doing, you know? And we just glorify it, and it's like I love it, but it's like I feel like the youth, they're not smart. I mean, I won't say they're not smart enough, but their brains aren't developed enough to know the difference, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it isn't smart enough, but definitely development. And um, there's a concept called impulsivity control, and pretty much is just your ability to control impulses.
Yeah,
So just because this person made me upset, or just because like I'm confronted with this situation right now, I have a choice. I can either go to the extreme to assert my dominance in a situation, or I can use some impulsivity control to um, pretty much put a filter my emotions and filter my responses to
yeah.
life circumstances. So I don't think the youth, any of us really in our youth, fully grasp that concept. Hell, some
Not at
adults
all.
don't even grasp it. But
It's funny, like my mom used to always tell me when we get in arguments, like, Julian, you just don't have, like, your brain capacity isn't there yet, you know? And now that I'm older, I'm like, man, I was thinking pretty like now it's like common sense to me, but then I was like,
you want vibrating.
yeah, I was like, Mom, come on, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, she was spitting game, you know, like you just don't understand it now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so like we were talking about earlier, like a lot of people go through that depression phase, go through that phase of like not knowing what the next move is gonna be. So can you give some tips on how you got through it? Because there's so many people out there. Because like I said, like I didn't know you went through that, and you didn't know that I went through that.
Yeah,
You know,
at the same time. Clearly.
exactly.
Right.
So like we need to like if there's some tips that we can give people to help them go through that, because I feel like coming from someone like you who's like now flourishing, like you're not where you want to be yet, but you're on the right path. You know. So what are some tips you can give those people?
I'll start by saying just one alignment. So spiritually, right? So trying to take little steps, and it's not going to be like overnight like transformation, no. But taking little steps, like up in your prayer life, right, or getting around people, or find a community,
Yeah.
and whether that's your church or whether your friend circle, people that can empower you and uplift you. But you also got to do a lot of internal work, because it's not always just going to be like you're not always going to be around people
Yeah.
to make you feel great or to get you through certain situations. You got to start looking within yourself and analyzing your own hurts, traumas, your own past. Like, why do I act this way when this happens, or why is this a trigger for me? So, like, getting down to just who you are as a person, and why certain things about you are the way they are. So doing the spiritual work, doing the internal work as well. But I also told you about my therapist, and I hadn't opened up to nobody about the whole therapy thing
Yeah.
until maybe about a year ago. And I don't think my parents even know to this day that I like went to go seek help, but. I think it's becoming more of a thing that we can actually like talk about. And put
Yeah,
on the
especially
table
as
now.
black men, like
Right.
black people in
But
general, we need
seek help.
that. Yeah.
Seek help. It took me 2 weeks of Ralph and Ashton asking like,
What's wrong?
yeah, like you good? Or I think you ain't got up to bed. You're not going to class. I got scholarships. Shoot, F it. Who? When you have that amount of money coming in from scholarships, who says F it? And it's just
Yeah.
cool with it. Like, no, you can see the signs. People around you can see the signs, and they tell you and they communicate that with you. Everybody else around you ain't crazy,
Yeah.
but you got to do some work, and you got to get some motivation yourself to say, look, I'm not able to handle this on my own. I need my community. I need my people around. I need that connection, right?
Yeah.
I got to talk to God, and I also need to go and seek some professional help if that is available and accessible. My audience is largely, I think, like collegiate students and young adults. For the collegiate students, like if you are on the campus right now and going through some things, you got hella resources for free.
Yeah.
That's a part of your tuition.
And even like the professors will understand. Like my English class, right? You know how like they say finals, how you doing finals can dictate your whole grade, right? So on my English classes, I forget her name, but I straight up told her, like, I sent her an email. I was like, actually no, she was like, I haven't received your paper. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I was like, I'm just not mentally right. So if you want to fail me, you can.
Damn. Oh, just as bold and brazen. As
yeah, no, because I actually had like some rapport with her. Like I went to her office hours and stuff.
Okay.
But I said it just like that, you know, in the email.
Wow. And she went for it.
Yeah, and I still passed with a B when I should have got an F, because it was like, oh, you know, the final, the midterm, if you fell on this, your whole grade. I'm thinking like, so you tell me I worked hard this whole semester and this one.
This is gonna.
I said, if you want to do it, but I'm gone, you know. But because I expressed to her,
ballsy, ladies and gentlemen, ballsy.
Yeah, but because I expressed to her that I was like not in the right mindset.
Yeah.
She, you know.
Yeah.
She didn't leave me hanging. Exactly.
Yeah.
So tell us about your transition to LA. How's that been?
Transition to LA was dope. That came at another period though too, where things were kind of like rocky. The short story of it is I wanted to go back to DC to kind of plant my roots there, and still will be going back to the DMV to, like, you know, do work and give resources there. But the infrastructure is just not there right now, right? And I spent time there like depressed again. 4 years later, depressed again, because I'm trying to like find my rhythm there in a place that just doesn't have what I need.
Yeah.
So I literally went that whole year and watched certain relationships dry up. My relationship with my parents like suffered. We're great now, but that was like suffering then. Two of my grandparents like died in the process, which didn't make it any easier for me because actually died in the same.
Were they married, or is it two?
No, two separate.
Yeah, that's hard.
Within 3 days of each other.
I remember that's hard. Yeah.
So things like that, like when you watch everything that you knew and that you were comfortable with
just
kind of just drying up and changing, right? That summer came, and me and one of my homies, Steven Graddick, went on a trip to New York to go and let my grandfather to rest. And we got into a conversation about fear and dreams. And pretty much by the end of our conversation, we gave each other an ultimatum. We said, you know, pretty much that by August, I need to be in LA working. And I think by August as well, he needed to be like traveling and doing his thing in the eco sustainability realm. And both of us did it. I actually moved to LA in September. Another story I got.
September 2019 or 2018? 18.
Getting here, you come with hopes and dreams and aspirations. And I had a little bit of a network already because, you know, my professors would let me come out here to work when I was at Morales. But yeah, you just, you know, start doing what you can. I knew I didn't want to work for anybody. So I had my cameras and I had my pen. And, you know, you are doing videography for, you know, one client to the next, and they send referrals. And somewhere in 2019, I'm doing content, like I said, for Hennessy, for Cavassier, for the True Religion stuff, for Cardi B, Lil Nas X, for, I mean, a little bit of everyone, man.
Yeah.
But not only that, I'm also having fun on the music side too. I'm, you know, selling music and doing music for, what's that? I'm like the Disney's Freeform catalog and
look at that, man.
Licensing music to own, Oprah's network, singing background for Childish Gambino, like.
And none of that would have happened if you didn't just.
If I didn't just jump, if I didn't take the leap.
Yeah.
You know, so you go through that whole period of why is this not working out?
Yeah.
And I'd already gotten the word to transition.
Yeah, and even like when you take that leap, you might be scared, but you feel so much better than when you just like say, okay, I'm content, I'm not gonna try it, you know? Because like I can imagine that's why so many people are just like depressed right now, because they know like what they want to do, but they're too afraid. And even if like you take the leap and you stumble, at least you know you're trying, you know? So like if it doesn't work out, Which if you're supposed to do it, it will work out.
It
You
will,
know?
right?
Yeah.
And it's not like a lot of us think like, oh, I moved to LA and it's just supposed to pop. Like, no, it's a journey.
A journey and a grind. Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be like one big defining moment. I've had so many meetings. I've done so many gigs up to this point. I met so many people. Like, but it's not about that one moment that's just gonna change your entire life. No, all of these things that you're doing are planting seeds. People are recognizing you. People are gonna see you, and it's just continue to build. Everything that you've done, your work, your resume, your portfolio, that is your credibility and what you have to stand on. You know a tree by the fruit it bears, right? The fruit that I built, I bared, born, the fruit that's been produced.
Yeah.
People can see that even a year now into it.
Yeah.
You know, all right, he got here a year ago. What has he been doing?
Hustling.
And he's not working for anybody else.
Nah.
You're living in an apartment in LA.
Yeah.
And you're not working for anybody else. Wow. Okay. So the grind must be real.
And he has enough money to maintain wearing yellow in every day, you know?
Yeah. Yellow is it's a brand staple at this point.
Tell us what that means. Why is everything you wear bright and colorful and yellow?
Everything is yellow, or yellow accented. Yellow is a symbol of light and enlightenment for me. So coming up out of college, we're all learning like things as young adults, but yellow was just kind of like a symbol for me, just to continue to stay enlightened and continue to explore and continue to get educated outside of the secondary educational realm. So I wear it now because my entire closet is full of yellow. But also just I guess it's like, I don't want to say a talking point. I don't do it because it's a talking point, but it has become like a thing, like people inquire.
But even back to like the symbolic, like the light part, right? Yeah. Like I'll say as like your friend, like you're a light, you know, like you're someone who like, I feel like that's why you do so well. Like you're so good at networking, you're so good at being around people because you're like the light that people want to be around, you know, like you are that light, you know? So I feel like you're just like embodying yourself with that, you know, like that's just self-expression.
I'll take it, bro.
Yeah. That's why I go by Manifest Wallace, because I feel like I'm all about manifesting, you know?
Right.
That's my calling. This is your calling. You're the light. I'm the, you know?
Yes, sir.
I spread the light, you know? Okay, can you give us your top 3 people in your life that have inspired you the most? Could be people you know, somebody you don't know. Could be something that's not even anything, you know? Like, what have been your top 3 throughout life, the top 3 things or people who have inspired you the most?
Gosh, top 3. That is somebody like me. That's hard because there's too many people.
Okay, let's do top number 1.
Ooh, that's even worse.
Okay, well, give us top 3.
All right,
people,
top three.
Don't get offended by this, people.
Don't get offended. I'm just gonna think and throw some things out there. My grandfather. Can I group them?
Group
my
them.
grandfathers.
Okay.
They are number ones. So much wisdom, so much history about just my heritage and where I come from. So much information about business and like finance and what to do with your business and where you're going.
Yeah.
So my grandfather's number 1. 2, my grandmothers, because they are the nurturers. They are the ones that nurtured like the gifting and the talent, and whether it was my grandma B and her like exposing me to so much music, from the Phantom of the Operas to the Bee Gees to classical piano, like, you know, and get me started with playing the violin and stuff like that. Or whether it's my grandma Carlette, who ultimately was like, look, screw what your parents are saying. F what you heard. You need to go to LA. So yeah, so my grandfather's number one, my grandmother's number two. And I'll throw my mom in there. Just for like continuing to support. A lot of people, unfortunately, I don't think have like super great relationships with their parents growing up. But my mom always made sure, of course, that we had, but also made sure that like if there was something we wanted to do, that we were gonna like pursue it, and we weren't gonna quit just because like we don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
And you talk about an advocate, somebody that will like go all like on the line for you.
That's your mom?
Hell yeah.
Go to battle for you?
Oh my goodness. I mean, woman will, go to a war, like fuss a woman out in the street at 6 years old because she is getting involved with children's business and fighting. Bro.
Oh man.
She will clear out her bank account, you know. Yeah, my mom will pull up on at the school and, got to talk to some teachers. My mom tried to pull up on some professors down in more.
Wow.
So yeah, just being like just an advocate.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
No problem, bro.
Mr. Neither, for being here. I really appreciate it.
Make sure you guys continue to check out the series, More Than a Dreamer.
Yes. Hopefully this inspired somebody.
Yes, indeed.
That's the goal, to serve, to give people tips, because some people need help. Like this could be the one moment, the one interview.
Right.
We don't know. It could have been something that we didn't even pay attention to much, right? That just
spoke to somebody
spoke
else,
someone.
right?
They just got the shit going, So thank you.
No problem, bro. Be great.
Yeah. Look out for episode number 2. We out.